Hello, beautiful beginners. I shared this short the other day and a lot of you asked me how to paint this. So let's go ahead and do that. I think that'll be really fun. The palette, let me go through the supplies real quick. If you don't need this, please flash forward. These are the Artisto pads. I buy these in a set of 3. I categorize them all so I can refer back to them, maybe by subject, season, year, what have you. They're really reasonable, and I'll grab my link. I just ordered a couple packs of these. They are really nice texture, and you can even pull them out if you like. Cold press, 140 pounds, so just love these, and they're reasonable, but still great quality. The palette I'm using today is a Paul Rubens. You know I'm a Paul Rubens love. I love all of their palettes. The typical palette I use is their My Lang series. Excellent, you guys. If that's what you have, those are perfect. This just happens to be their professional set, which is almost, I mean, just so similar to their My Lang palette, except for the light fastness. And this one is 52 colors. It's 48, but they give you 4 extra. And I loved it because look at these kind of neutrals they've got in here. Look at that blue. Look at this blue. So I really love that. They have some super duper unique colors in there. And I like to mix some of my colors. And actually, I like to mix these kind of pastel or light colors with my brights, my bright pink, my bright blue, and they really come up with some beautiful kind of pastel colors. So these are all the colors we have to choose from. If you're not in the mood to mix paints, perfect palette for you. Or if maybe you're doing a commission and you'd want that light fastness, which just means how much it will fade in the sun. If the higher the light fastness, it's going to do better. These have a very high light fastness. Okay, so let me show you. The brown I'm going to use for this pot, I wanted it to look kind of like terracotta. So they're burnt sienna. Perfect. So let's go into that. And that's going to be this one here. So I'm just going to go right in. By the way, I'm using my angle brush because it's got that beautiful chisel edge, but yet I can cover a lot of space with it. So that's what I'm using today. And I'm just going to pull it over to the side. Let's grab a little bit more. I can put some of that in my palette too. I haven't treated this palette. Usually if I'm going to use this tin palette they give you, I rough it up a bit so you don't get so much beading. And let's just go in there. I'm going to make this a little broader. So I'm opening up my brush a bit to get a wider brush stroke. For beginners, you can do that. There we go. Okay, so I think that's good enough. Now I might just want to deepen some of the colors. So I have never even tried this color. Indian red. Let's see what that does. And I'm going to just, ooh, wow. Now I'm going to use the tip. That's gorgeous. And this is just damp and damp here. Oh, I love that. Indian red's perfect. I knew I was going to love this palette. Just the colors are fantastic. Now what I'll do is wash. By the way, I have a wash and a rinse. This is by MEEDEN. All of my stuff is MEEDEN, to be quite honest, you guys. As far as palettes and such, I actually love their 100% cotton paper too. But have a wash and a rinse. I'll tap my brush off, and then I'm going to go in with just a wet brush, holding my brush width side, and just pull out a little bit of that shadow. There we go. Just to give it a sense of that. Now I might go in with a touch of one of my favorite colors, Van Dyke Brown, or even the sepia, and touch in a bit more over here maybe, so what I did here is I just tapped in directly to my pigments. And then I'm using that chisel edge to tap in. And I'm just gonna let it spread on its own. Now, if I wanted to pull some of that over, I can certainly do that while this first layer is damp. That's really important. Now, mine kind of dried, so I'm gonna rinse my brush and pick up just a tad bit more of that first color I used, which was burnt sienna, and do that. I want to create a highlight over here. So I washed my brush, tapped it off, and I'm going to go in there and press kind of hard and create some white light areas because I'm picking up the paint. While it's wet, I'll go in to those two colors and maybe tap in just a bit more just to create kind of a shadow on this side. And then as I get to the other side, it's a little bit lighter because I did what's called lifting with a clean brush. I lifted some off. So it picks up some of that paint. Now my paint's starting to dry a bit, but I still want to go in with that dark brown and maybe just tap in a bit under that little ledge there. Just one more time. And look at the dimension that gives. Isn't that great? So this is still just barely damp. And I can tell that because it's a little shiny. Once it dries, that's going in wet on dry and your paint isn't gonna move. So I think that's good enough. Wash and rinse my brush. I'm gonna put my angle brush to the side, and now I'm going to grab my 8 round. Use the 8 round you enjoy. I will link my brushes down below. You can actually get 2 brushes for $12.50 right now. So a great deal until they sell out. And now I'm gonna show you the easiest way to create a little flower. Let's go into, I've got this pink here, which is called Permanent Rose. If you're in the My Lang palette, it's Red Rose, or Rose Red. And I'm going to just tap in there, load my brush, but I don't want to go directly here because right now I've loaded my brush and it's dripping way too much pigment. So tap off some of that. And then let's go in here, create a dot, another dot, another dot. I think the other ones I might have done more blues and purples. And then let's go into our red. This is the Cad Red. Point, point, little dots. I could even put a little red dot in between those. And then back into our pink. Do one more up here. So use your favorite colors. There we go. Maybe we could even use this light pink. Let's put a little of that in there. Just a dot. See what that does. Now, rinse your brush before this dries. Tap off because you don't want that drip on there. And I'm going to start with this left hand. Go in. Pull it out just with water. Pull it out. Now at this point, I want to rinse my brush a bit. Tap it off. Pull it out. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. I love the pink and red together. I think they are so pretty. Rinse your brush, tap it off. There we go. One more time. Pull. Oh, so pretty. Love. So you could do any combination there. Whatever 2 colors you like. And I'm just doing those C curves. Now tap in to that pink again. I might even go a little into my palette. And while this is still kind of wet, you can tap in there. Might use just a little bit more. Little more concentrated. Oh, and look at that. And I can even go around these outer edges. I'll go into my pink, just a tiny bit of water, tap it off. Now, this has to be shiny for it to work. So if your paint is completely lost that sheen, you're not going to get this spread. See, this is pretty dry. Now, if I go in there, see how it's not moving? Because it's dry, and this paint goes where water is. So I have a little bit of time to play with it while it's damp. Just going in with the tip of my brush, like that. I could tap in some red because the center still is a little wet. Now, if you don't like that hard line, rinse your brush, tap it off, and go in there with push-pull. So I'm pushing into that hard line and pulling it back out, and it lightens the line. I can do that right here. Tap off my brush. And it just kind of cleans it up a bit. Maybe I want to pull some of that over. Like that. Okay, I feel like I want even a little darker in the center. How about if we go in? Well, let's go in with our green. So I've got my green here. They call this sap green. In my Lang palette, it would be tree green. Might add just a touch of the Hooker's green. And now I'm tapping in. And if your flowers are still shiny, it's going to spread a bit into your flowers, which I like that. So I might even tap in a little bit more. If your flowers were already dry, then they're not going to spread. You're just going to get a solid, crisp line. So back into a little bit more of that sap green, and let's add some little leaves. So point press, like that. Let's do a few more. I might add a little Hooker's green. How about if we do a leaf coming out up here? Point press, just to make it kind of interesting. A little dab. Another little dab. We can even tap in here if it's still damp and shiny. And we just keep it real simple. Now what I did in the other one is I created a few little petals, maybe falling. So I just went into my pink, tap, tap, tap. And let's just create a petal falling here. Point, press, kind of on its side. Maybe there's one laying here on the ground. I just think it's kind of fun to add sometimes interest like that, and people go, oh, how cool is that? Tap in, damp on damp, with a little bit of our red. And there you go. I hope you'll give this a try. Have fun with it. If you wanted, you could go in with a higher concentration of pigment to pull a few of those leaves out. So we could go into our Hooker's green, higher concentration, meaning about 80 pigment, 20 water. Tap off my brush to get rid of that drip. And let's just, I'm going to cover over part of the pot. Point, press, compound stroke. So it looks like it's hanging over the pot. Sometimes that can be really fun. And then maybe one here, point, press, and it goes behind our flower. So I just went right over the leaf in the back. That's perfectly okay. Maybe one here, point, press in that darker color. So this creates a lot of depth in your paintings when you use darks and lights. We can even, one last touch, go into the center of these now that they're basically dried. Again, if you don't like this hard edge, you can always go in with just a damp, clean brush and push and pull that out. Same with here. It doesn't bother me, but if you don't like that, just pull it out like that and it kind of softens. But what I'm going to do is go in there with some of my red. I'm just working straight out of the pan. And let's just go in. Now that one was a little wet. And just add some interest there. So there you go. I hope you give it a try. This was a really fun one. If you'd like, pop on over to Patreon. There's a free membership if you like, and it would allow you to chat with all the artists and share your work. And I can comment on them. You can learn, you can connect with other, artists. So I'll be right here though, sharing my tutorials, reminding you all, you are an artist, and expressing my gratitude. Thanks for being here. You make my world such a better place. I love what I do. I love watercolors and sharing them with you. And I will link all these supplies for you. Use what you have, but if you want to try something really amazing, try this palette. I am loving it. If not, you can still use that My Lang palette, which is their student grade, and it's about $20. And I will see you all soon. Happy painting.